Spooky Sunday. How are we doing, everybody? It's your man, the host of this hour, Sammy the Man McIntyre. We are back, Moving the Chains podcast, rocking, rolling. I'm doing a late afternoon edition. I'm recording this. We got games going on everywhere. We had 2 games going on yesterday. We got bowl games going on, college football. We got Kyle Whittingham going to Michigan. Great hire. I want to touch on that today. The Packers, what the flying hell was that? Oh, I got to get into that. And then we got the Chargers, Texans yesterday. Rematch of last year's playoffs. Different outcome. Kind of same story. So I'll touch on those games today and give you some insights. But I want to start with the first game yesterday. I was out and about yesterday. I worked a little bit. I was kind of keeping track of it. And early on, it was 14-0 Texans. And it was like a whiplash. I'm like, whoa. And then it kind of got weird near the end. Texans hang on. They clinch a playoff spot. Second time in history a team starts 0-3. They go to the playoffs. Texans did this in 2018 with Bill Cosby at quarterback. LOL, Deshaun Watson. So I'm looking at Houston, and they are scary to me. Their defense, I got to be honest, I saw a clip today. Rex Ryan talking about it's statistically the best defense since 2009. That's crazy. And I was thinking back today, defenses that to me were just different. Houston's is on that list. And I know I might be hyperbolic after one game, but I've watched them the last 8 weeks. They are putting on a clinic. They're putting on a tear. They have got dudes everywhere on that defense that are flying around. They have linebackers that are fast. Defensive line, they could rush 4 and get after you. And I thought yesterday that was a terrible matchup for the Chargers. I'll get to them in a second. You got your backup tackles against Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter on each side. Good luck. That's not a good, fun matchup. If it was Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, you got mano-a-mano. You got kind of like this. I'm repping Heartbreak Kid, Stone Cold Stunner, baby. Because that was what the kind of matchups they were yesterday. That would have been that kind of build-up and matchup, O-line, D-line kind of game. And yesterday, it didn't feel that way. I thought Houston from the jump came out and jumped on the Chargers. They're kind of reeling right now. I still love Justin Herbert. He is doing everything, and I mean everything he can to win this football game. I mean, he's a special talent. And if you don't get him, you're drunk. Even my Dolphin fans that wanted him and got Tua instead. Weird. Fuck that up. That's besides the point. You don't get football if you don't get Justin Herbert's greatness. And I know he hasn't won a playoff game. I know. Oh, he's a bum. I don't know. I'd have him right now. I mean, those two guys, those two franchises, thinking about that today after watching the highlights, those two franchises are set for a long time at quarterback. They have got no if ands, about it, about worrying about drafting their guy. Eventually they will in 15 years. But right now, in this moment, they're set. They have got their franchise guy. Because those guys can sling it. They've gone through offensive line issues. You name it. Carry the team my back. Let's go. And it's cool to watch C.J. Stroud. You give him the ounce of time, holy hell, he's good. He can sling that pill. He's got great accuracy, touch. He's got a vibe about him I like. I'm sold on Houston. And I think eventually down the road, you still got C.J. on that contract. You got some decisions to make. You got to figure out you're going to pay him big money. I like C.J. Stroud a lot. And I know the last couple years, he had that great rookie year, faded last year. I think he's a franchise guy. I don't know what you're missing. I know Nico Collins is his guy, and he's an absolute war daddy. God, I want him in my foxhole. Jesus. Big, strong, like Mike Evans 2.0, it feels like. Holy shit. And they got Dalton Schultz is a nice player. You got that Hutchinson kid. You have Jalen Noel, and then you got the other Iowa State guy, Higgins. They're a fun team to watch. Offensively, when they're humming and they're clicking and their run game's kind of getting a semblance of it. Got to be more consistent, but I like it. And D'Amico, I don't got to say much about the defense. That guy, absolute ass kicker. And I love what Houston's doing. The front office is excellent. Nick Caserio deserves a lot of credit. And it just goes to show, I learned this yesterday, you get the coach and the quarterback right, a lot goes a long way. Cover a lot of warts on your team, mainly. So Houston's in the playoffs. Great job for them. And watch out, because Houston's going to be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs. On a bad day, you get your offensive line's kind of got some issues. I'm taking Houston's front four over your offensive line every damn day of the week. And on the flip side, the Chargers. They've been reeling a little bit. I still think they're a good football team. I trust Jim Harbaugh. I trust Justin Herbert. I know Raider fans, we got to have something to fucking laugh about because our season's shitty. And I get it. They're not a big fan base. I got that. But Justin Herbert, as I just mentioned a minute ago, if you don't get him, get watching him and how great he is, you need to go find another profession to watch. Go watch basketball. Make me a sandwich, okay? Because this guy right here is absolute money. I've known this. I saw him at Oregon, and he ran that ball against Wisconsin 3 times at the touchdowns. But he's different then. And then you're like, okay, yeah, can he play in the NFL? Yeah, I don't know. He went up and down the field against Brady. Yeah, I don't know. I like him. Come on, he went up and down the field. It was a shootout down in Tampa. They did blow that game, I remember. But he went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yep, that counts for me. Yeah, I'm sold. And I've been sold ever since. And he's had to overcome a lot of nonsense. I said before, I think he's Matt Stafford of the AFC. A lot of high numbers, but not a lot of team success. But now he's got the right coach. And now he's got a really good roster, a really good GM. And they're just getting started. And if you think the Chargers are going to be down for a while, think again. Because this Jim Harbaugh we're talking about, ass kicker. And yesterday they went that heavy personnel in the red zone. Just typical Jim Harbaugh. Motion offensive lineman. Everybody's flowing this way. Play action over the top. It was so Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman. It was fun to watch. And, Derwin James, he made plays yesterday. His defense, take away those 2 big plays, they suffocate him the rest of the game. That's great coaching. That's a great job by Jesse Minter, who hopefully stays with the Chargers. But he's going to get head coaching positions. Maybe the Raiders. Your boy broke that news. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. But back to my point, I do think the Chargers, they're good. And as long as they got Harbaugh, Herbert, the coach quarterback, they're going to be solid. And next year, you wait, they get their 2 tackles back. Watch out, because now you can do a lot of things run game-wise, scheme, all that stuff. But Chargers are going to be okay, reeling a little bit. I'm a little concerned, but they're a playoff team right now. They're 7th seed. A lot of things going to go down in a couple hours with playoff seedings and all that. But tough loss for the Chargers, because I was at home, and tough loss. But not all's lost, not all's doom and gloom. This roster's still pretty damn good. And the second game I wanted to touch on was the Green Bay Packers I root for. Oh my God, that was embarrassing. Holy shit, what a change of events 2 weeks does to you. And because I thought they were in Chicago, it was cold, it was like Bears-Packers. I'm like, yeah! We're going to beat Caleb Williams, nail tack, and then we didn't. And then Jordan Love goes down, and then Malik Willis goes out last night. So they don't have Jordan Love. They don't have Malik Willis is playing. By the way, he played fantastic last night. If you want to tell me that the offense didn't do anything last night, think again. Think again. The Green Bay Packers do about as well as anybody with offense. Developing it, drafting it. They're fantastic. I mean, Malik Willis about 3 years ago was a bum. Tennessee, which, by the way, they had Mike Vrabel. They had Derrick Henry. They had A.J. Brown. They had everybody in that building, and they let him go. Goes to show you, organizations fail people, not the other way around. Yeah. Because the lady was, he was mad. He made me mad. Shut up. Quit being pussies. Stop being soft. That's side's point. But I will say this. Malik Willis is going to get money this offseason. And I like this quote today. He said, quote, my tape is the pitch, is the sales pitch. Watch the tape. And I believe he's going to put this tape that he's got last couple weeks, and you go back to last year because he filled in for Jordan Love, obviously, there's going to be some teams out there biting. And I think Green Bay's got to really be smart and go, keep them. Don't let those teams bite. And, I mean, he got hurt again last night. He had aggravated the shoulder again. But he gives him a different element, Jordan Love. And I love Jordan Love. I think he's great. But he gives him a different element. The run game stuff. And so, It's hard to say with Green Bay because 2 weeks, I'm starting to talk about this. 2 weeks, they were up 16-6 in the fourth quarter. They don't recover the onside kick. Bears go on and win. Okay, so then you come back. You have a bunch of rest. You're at home. Ravens, not having Lamar, which before the year started, it felt like this kind of matchup. Stone cold. Heartbreak kid. It just had all the intrigue. Maybe a Super Bowl matchup. Who knows? But it hasn't gone that way. And it was still an entertaining game last night. But I look up, and I'm watching it in my room. That was embarrassing. Green Bay getting beat like that at home? You had all that rest? That just felt like one of the worst losses I've seen Matt LaFleur have. And he's had some bad ones. Now he's had a great run in Green Bay, and I still, hence the guy that roasted him last year. But I will say I give him credit where credit's due. I'm wrong most of the time. Most of the time I'm right. And he's done a nice job with this team. And I think Matt LaFleur is a really, really good coach. And I do think Green Bay is going to be okay. Just rest up for the playoffs. They're in. They clinched it. They're going to rest their guys next week. Get healthy. Get in time for the playoffs because they already clinched the spot. I think maybe that's why they kind of took the night off last night. Not to make that the whole thing, but it kind of felt like that to me from my viewpoint, from a 20,000-foot view, is that they kind of took the Ravens slightly. Ravens playing for everything on the marbles. It's their season. Whatever chance is left because you got Pittsburgh. They were down 10-6, I believe, to Cleveland, so you're pulling for Pittsburgh to lose. They got to have 20 scenarios go their way. But my point is, maybe Green Bay took them lightly. I don't know. But the minute I saw Clayton Tune come in the game, I went, all right, I'm out. And for that defense last night, it's been so good all year long. They missed Micah last night. Not in the run defense, but just a guy that, that kind of fears you. And I'm looking up last night, and I got to give Derrick Henry's flowers, and I'll touch on the Ravens. Max Loss, I'm talking to you, big guy. I'm talking, in a second. But that was embarrassing last night for Green Bay. And I honestly think right now, moving forward, they could be a one-and-done playoff team. And I got to just pains me saying that because I really thought they got Micah, everything was clicking, and then they just ripped the rug underneath you. Oh, it's tough right now. God damn it. At the worst time, dude. Gosh. So, Green Bay's got some thinking to do, but that was hard last night to watch. That really felt like Aaron Rodgers in playoffs when his defense just couldn't stop a nosebleed. The Ravens just fucking pounded them last night. And Matt LaFleur, when he came out of halftime, he's like, well, they punched in the mouth. Well, no shit. What are you going to do about it? And the answer was nothing. They couldn't do anything about it. So, Green Bay, they're in the playoffs. They clinched the spot for the third straight year. Congratulations. And good job for the Bears. I know, I hate on them. I got Chicago family. I'm out on Caleb, but besides the point, they won the division. And congrats. Okay, this really feels like 2018 revisited. Lions are down, Vikings are shit, and Green Bay's got weirdness going on. So it's kind of one of those years of destiny. We'll see how long they go in the playoffs. You got a big game tonight in San Francisco, but can you sustain it? I've seen Green Bay do this since '92. They have the 630 winning percentage, 24 playoff wins, 15 division titles. That goes to show. Green Bay's going to be okay. Yes, they lost, and they got their ass beat last night by a Ravens team that probably is fighting for their goddamn life. I'm not worried. They get healthy for the playoffs. Watch out. It's anybody's ball game. But watching it back, thinking last night, they get healthy maybe, but as of right now, they might be one and done. So, still the youngest team in football. They're going to be okay. I'm not worried about Green Bay in the slightest. So, they just got to get healthy and cross your fingers, everything else goes their way. And on the Ravens side of things, look, it's been a year from hell. It's been hard. They had 11% chance to make the Super Bowl. I maybe fell in that trap. And it's been a year from hell. Lamar's been in and out. And I'm reading stories now. There could be some fissures in the John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson thing. I don't know. Maybe it's bullshit. Who knows? And, they might trade him. You got a bunch of other crap going on. They've had a lot of injuries. But I will say this. Derrick Henry carried him last night. I'm looking at these numbers here. 36 carries, 216, 4 touchdowns, 10th all-time in rushing yards, and 7th career 200-yard game. If you don't get football and you don't think Derrick Henry's legit, you're taking drugs. Because I'm watching one of the best running backs I've ever seen. And I'm being dead ass. I've been watching this game for 18 years. Maybe going on 19. When the new year starts. He's in my top 5. I'm being dead serious. If I'm ranking them, I would go LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, him. I mean, it's a short list. Because I didn't watch Barry or Emmitt Smith. But he's in my list, man. That guy is so dominant, so ass kicker. He's doing this at 31 years old when running backs usually fall off a fucking cliff. And he's kicking ass. And the Baltimore Ravens, I've been waiting for that game last night. Put a fullback in there, heavy, run right behind his 300-pound ass and Ricard, and just much you to death and suffocate you like a boa constrictor. And last night reminded me of those Ravens teams 2 years ago when they should have beaten the Chiefs at home, and last year, how awesome of a clip they had on offense just humming. Now, didn't make sense in the playoffs, but it was kind of on that trajectory. And it's just been a year from hell for the Ravens. But you know what? There's one thing I know. They're going to be back. They're going to be okay. This is the Baltimore Ravens. They're one of the best well-run organizations in football. They draft and develop well. They're like the Packers or the Steelers. They ain't going to be down for long. 2015, year from hell, 6-10. 2016, they got close to the playoffs. Okay? They're not ever going to be bad. Yes, they've blown it, and yes, they should have won more. I got that. But the playoffs, it's anybody's game. And it sucked that you've had to run into Patrick Mahomes during his run. So I think the Ravens are going to be okay. And moving forward, you look at Pittsburgh. Yes, they're a playoff team. Blake Adams knows that. My buddy who's a Steeler fan. But you got to look big picture and go, do I trust the Ravens moving forward? Yeah. Steelers, maybe. But you got some, 42-year-old quarterback you don't know. The Bengals with Burrow, And then the Browns are a shit show. Really good defense. But, I don't know. But you got a lot of question marks in the other teams in the division. The Ravens just get healthy, and I don't think there's many question marks. So, Ravens are going to be okay. It's been a year from hell. That was impressive last night to just go into Lambeau and whip that ass, belt to ass. Green Bay's got a lot of thinking to do. Baltimore, hang on for dear life. You might get in, but probably going to get eliminated, brother. So, year from hell for the Ravens, but going to be okay. I don't doubt this organization for a minute. They're not down for long. They've been well run for years. They know what they're doing. I'm not worried. And last but not least, I want to touch on some college football stuff because I did promise you guys I would touch on it. I didn't get to it the last couple days, and I've been thinking a lot about this. So Bill Belichick, my guy that I despise, who I think's a piece of shit, but be that as it may, I like rooting against certain people. I just like rooting against people. That's how sports is. It just is. That's what healthy is. There's certain people that just are overrated or underrated. We just do that in society. And we can call shit how I see it. And Bill Belichick, to me, has lost his fastball. And the other day, I had to laugh at this. He hired Bobby Petrino. I repeat, folks, Bobby Petrino. The same dumbass that rode a motorcycle with the neck thing, because he broke his neck, dickhead, with the strength coach's girlfriend. Which, by the way, is one of the most iconic pictures in the internet era. Probably up there with Britney Spears, Britney bitch, shaving her head in 07. I mean, I'm being dead serious. He's got a laundry list of problems. He does. He left the Falcons middle of the night, didn't give him a notice, told Arthur Blank, I promise you, dude. But he screwed him over there. He's just been a weird dude. It's just, he's a weird guy. And what I can't figure out with Belichick is the last 10 years for Belichick have been really fucking weird. Like, let's track record of this, okay? So, Josh McDaniels leaves. Okay. Who are you going to hire, Bill? Ha! I got an idea. Let's hire Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. What the hell are you doing? Are you this delusional? Like, you think, we're going to put a defense coordinator, offense coordinator. No problem. Hey, Joe Judge, coach quarterbacks. Never done it before. Go do it. If you got lost in your sauce, Bill, your ego is this big, bro. Oh, and then he doesn't want to, he only want to coach guys that he wants to coach. And, it's just, Bill, get out of your own fucking way. And this guy, there's get it guy, there's don't get it guy. And he's a don't get it guy. He just is. And it just cracks me up that a guy with his much success is just, like, I can't wrap my brain around it. But again, when you don't adapt, when you don't pivot, and you're stuck in your own fucking way, that's just what happens. This is how it ends up. He fucked around, he found out. And hiring Bobby Petrino, really? Freddie Kitchens, we need to go down that route? I mean, it's just embarrassing. And the girlfriend shit, it's just, I root for shit to fail sometimes. I'm rooting for this to fail. This is going to work as much as you say I can't even think of an example. This is going to be poor, and I can't wait. I love cinema sometimes. Cinema, I'm waiting for this to fail. And people, my dad's going to say, well, Sammy, you're hard on Belichick. Because it's funny. And he doesn't get it. He never worked in college. He doesn't like college. You can tell. And they're bringing back that quarterback. What is it? They're bringing back that quarterback, that Lopez kid, who's horrible. I watched a couple of North Carolina games. He was bad. They brought him back. So I just, and it's all a bunch of family and friends on the staff, and it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Now, I'm hoping he does well, maybe, but I'm out, man. I'm out on Belichick. And Brady, whoever won that divorce, Brady won that, obviously. And Brady had enough with it. It's time. And I think Belichick needs to look in the mirror, probably won't, because he's an arrogant asshole, and change his ways, but he probably won't. So, and Bobby Petrino, can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Same thing with Lane Kiffin. Bobby Petrino is Lane Kiffin. I'm being dead serious. Mirror images of each other. Really brilliant, smart offensive mind, crazy shit. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. It's going to be fascinating to watch with North Carolina. I can't wait for next year already. God, I'm ready. Because I'm ready to see this disaster happen in front of my eyes. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does prove me wrong. I've been proven wrong before. But we shall see. And last but not least, on the college football front, Kyle Whittingham, who was 117 and 88 at Utah, did a really good job with that program after Urban Meyer left to go to Ohio State, kind of left that program. He's a really good coach. And I've said this for years. I think he's underrated. I think Utah's kind of out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Who knows? But I don't know. He put a lot of guys in the NFL. And now he's going to show his true colors at Michigan, a blue blood program that has had a bunch of the Sharon Moore nonsense. And, God, it just seems like those Michigan schools, woo! Man, scandals. Can't keep it in their pants, I guess. I mean, you had Mel Tucker with the rape victim, and then he can't keep it in his pants, and then Sharon Moore, and it's just, and again, temptation's a bitch, but golly, man, some shit is just too funny to pass up, and that was too funny to pass up. But Michigan gets that right stability guy, the right culture guy. Maybe he just got tired of Utah. I don't know. You wear out your welcome after 10 years, I've always heard from Pat Riley. That's always kind of the rule, right? Packers did this with Mike McCarthy. Maybe Whittingham had it at Utah, and who knows? But all I know is this guy's defensive coach. Their defense at Utah are always pretty good, putting guys in the league. I mean, the Devin Lloyd guy, freak show. And maybe he does it in Michigan, because it's a blue blood program. There's going to be more eyeballs on you. No question about it. But we shall see. But I'm excited for this Kyle Whittingham era in Ann Arbor. Because if there's one thing I know, the Big Ten is tough guy football. And this guy's a tough guy. His teams were always tough at Utah. He's going to bring that tough guy mentality to Ann Arbor. I can't wait. He brings the offensive coordinator with him too. Fantastic. I can't wait. So that's all I got for you guys today. Lots to talk about. A lot of thoughts last night and with the college football stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. Spooky Sunday. Football's getting great. We got college football coming up. We got NFL. It's cinema, baby. And I can't wait. And I am here for it. Repping my WWE fandom. Let's go. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay tuned. I got more content throughout the week. Adios. Godspeed. Love you guys.